Hi, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon to some of you on the East Coast, like our beautiful Gada. We are so happy to have everybody here today, and also just feel so lucky to have such great vendors, such as Gada with MYSKINBUDDY and the support that she gives to us. And today she is going to be talking to us about how to utilize the MYSKINBUDDY specifically in the treatment room. So we're going to do a quick introduction and show you how to get around some GoToWebinar stuff. God, if you don't mind just going down to one more slide. All right, so real quickly, for those of you who are new to us, we are Alexander's Aesthetics. We're a wholesale distributor for skincare supplies, wax supplies, lash and brow supplies, disposables, tools, PPE. We're a one-stop shop. But beyond being a wholesale distributor for your products, we also really work hard to provide high quality education and customer support. We have real people here at our shops that can answer questions. We have on-staff estheticians that really love to talk to you and find out what you're doing in your business. We don't have any minimums, so we take care of all those minimums, and we do offer free shipping on any online order over $150. And we do a lot of drop shipping and curbside pickup now. Things have changed with COVID. So if you want to drop ship a MYSKINBUDDY to your client, we have beautiful gift boxes available now for the holiday. You can just go ahead and specify that on your internet order. So this is our little family tree. This is our, my name is Wendy. I'm in the Colorado location. My beautiful mother, C, is from the California location, is really the one that has built this business and kept it going from my cousin Alexander, who started it about 30 years ago. So you can go ahead and go to the next slide, Gada. All right, before I pass it over to Gada, what I'd like to do is just make sure you all have access to where you answer questions and or ask questions that will get answered, and also to download the handouts. So if you can find your control menu, you can mute and unmute yourself. We're actually keeping everyone muted on this just because of the format of the webinar. You can raise your hand if you have a question. In the handouts section, we have 3 handouts. We have these slides that Gada has put together. We also put together 2 different protocols for you. So we have one protocol with Bion skincare and using the MYSKINBUDDY in the treatment room. And we also have a protocol on Skin Script using Bion in the treatment room. So you want to go to the handouts and make sure you get those downloaded before this ends, so that you have access to all of those. And then lastly, I want to make sure everyone can find the question box. If you can go into the questions and just put in where you are dialing in from. We love to kind of see the representation from all over the country to see where people are at. And that just shows us that you found the question box. We are going to be answering questions throughout the presentation and definitely at the end. So just go ahead and put your questions in there. I'll be in the background, as well as Farhana from our Colorado location will be in the background, answering anything that comes up, and then obviously we'll be asking Gada questions in the future. All right, Gada, we have people from California, Pennsylvania, yay. We have Hawaii, San Francisco, more from California. Yay, so people from all over. So thank you, everybody. We're very, very excited to have you. And you can go to the next slide.
Whoops. Let's figure this out.
I know, we were having a few, and there she is, our beautiful Goddess. So thank you, Goddess, so much for joining us. And I'm going to drop off and let you give us your expertise. So thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. As you guys can see, I'm dark. So I actually had a photo shoot like a month ago, and then I'm like, what am I going to do with all my pictures? They're gone. But anyway, if you guys are new to MYSKINBUDDY, and if you've never jumped on my webinars, I'll just do a quick intro about myself, how I got into business, and why I created MYSKINBUDDY. So long story short, skin was not my passion. I actually went to college for music production. I moved to New York City. I worked for a record label, but beauty just kept following me my whole life. So when I moved to New York, I had to intern, so I wasn't making any money, and I ended up getting a position at a spa in Soho. It was like a little celebrity unique spa. So I got to do that. And when I worked for the record label, for some reason, I was just always attracted to the makeup artist, the hair. And then I would go in the studio at 3 in the morning and then record. So I realized it wasn't fulfilling for me in the music industry. I definitely checked off the box of, you know, everybody always thinks it's going to be this different experience. But for me, my mom lives in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where the Amish are, and I couldn't wait to get out of Lancaster. And when I moved to New York City, I missed, this sounds crazy, but I missed the smell of manure and Amish stuff. So after working 2 years in the music industry, I moved back home. And then I didn't realize that I had this crazy monster of a brain. I didn't really click with me till like when I started SkinBuddy. But fun facts, I was diagnosed with manic bipolar depression about 6-7 years ago, and that made all the sense in the world. I wake up and I have crazy monster ideas and I bring them to life. So anyway, I started with a skincare company in 2006. I knew very little about skincare, a little bit from the spa I worked at in New York, but not really into ingredients and stuff. So I started with a startup company. I immersed myself in everything, learning everything from ingredients to services. I really got into the spas and just learned everything about estheticians, what they wanted. And then I really got into going to dermatology meetings, plastic surgery meetings, going into the conferences, learning about that, and then learning about lasers. I got certified in lasers, microneedling, and I'm not a licensed esthetician. I was just always intrigued by the knowledge and the research and also technologies. So long story short again, the last company I worked for was a laser company, and they went bankrupt within 8 months of me working for them. So really, I was helping all these companies grow and make a lot of money, but I felt disposable. So at the end of the day, I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I helping everybody grow and I'm here like disposable? I mean, it's the worst feeling. So I'm sure some people feel that too in certain positions in their life. So I went through a 2-year dark depression. I didn't do anything because I really didn't have it in me to work for anybody again. I was like, I know I'm really self-conscious and I consider it when I work for people. If I know I'm not going to give 100%, I'm just not going to do it. So I lived off my savings for 2 years. And then one night it was midnight and I just had a meltdown. I didn't cry for 2 years. And then I had a meltdown at midnight and I just got mad at myself. I was like, I know I'm better than this. I know I can create stuff. I mean, I work for a laser company. I could put the laser together if it broke down. I was like, I have enough resources to figure out what I want to do. So from midnight to 5 a.m., I was on my phone, it was like a light bulb moment. Like I knew what I was going to make. I was like, I want something for my skin. I love how certain laser treatments create certain effects on the face, but I don't like the downtime, the risk factors, but I want something for home use. So I was like, all right. So I came up with MYSKINBUDDY. I feel like it was perfect timing at the time. I think companies needed business then. So for me, it was easy to create samples. I contacted a bunch of companies, got samples made, tested SkinBuddy for 6 months, and I fell in love with it. So you guys know when we're in the industry, we have access to everything. So we can get any gadget, but really the key was the compliancy. And I have so many gadgets here and I'm excited for a week and then they go back in the drawer. So after I felt how supple and soft my skin was after using SkinBuddy, I was addicted. So I knew if I was compliant that other people would be. So I was like, all right, let's do this. Now my mania kicked in. I was like, let's get this done. So I I kind of do graphic design too. So I designed the website, everything was ready to go. And then January 2016 was when I was going to launch it. And then my mom calls and my dad passes away. So here I go with, now I have momentum and now I have to shut it down again. So here I go into like survival mode. I have to help my mom, put my project aside. But now I'm living off my savings. So really it's dwindling while I'm trying to deal with my mom. And then really I did the very minimal. So for a whole year, I was just focusing on helping my mom and sending out free samples. So really what I did was I sent out 300 Skin Buddies to all my top clients that have been with me. I've been in the industry 20 years. So they all follow me. They're all my family. And then a year later, that's when really the word started getting around. So you guys can ask me any questions. Hopefully that wasn't too crazy of a story. Okay, so what made me think of Skin Buddy? So I think the advantage of me with Skin Buddy was that I really was a rep in the field. So really I got the experience going into spas. Like I have a lot of estheticians. I felt like we're my family. So if they bought something, I always felt like the responsibility to help them make money, to recoup their investment with me, because I can't sleep at night knowing that I sold lasers for 80,000 bucks. So I can't sleep at night knowing I sold you a big ticket item, knowing that you can't recoup your money right away. So I almost created a consulting business with my sales. So, and that came for free when you buy from me. So I really wanted to put that all in Skin Buddy. So why did I pick the 4 technologies with Skin Buddy? Now, working in medical spas, visiting spas, there's so many technologies I could have chose from, but these are the 4 that I felt like I can sleep at night and no consumer will hurt themselves. So, of course, I could have put some other stuff. I'll show you what we put. Okay, so again, we're all tired at the end of the day. We don't have time to do a million gadgets. So for me, I like efficient, quick, effective stuff at night. I have to cleanse anyway, tone, moisturize, do the thing, but why not boost it? So Skin Buddy has 4 technologies. It's going to give you ultrasonic vibration. You're going to use the ions, so similar to like ultrasonic scrubber. It's just not going to be as strong. Thermal heat therapy. This was inspired by radio frequency. I was a national trainer for radio frequency, and I love the results, but I'll tell you with radio frequency, if you don't administer the heat properly, you're going to shrink the fat and collapse the face. So for me, I was really like nervous after I left someone, after I trained them, because I'm like, are they really going to take this seriously or just rush through the treatment? So I didn't want to put RF into the Skin Buddy, but I did put thermal heat, which would get you to the same temperature that radio frequency would, except I use surface heat and red light therapy. And that way you can actually get the results of an RF treatment, but it'll take you longer. But for me, I don't care. I'm like slow and steady is fine for me as long as I don't cause any damage to my skin barrier, or I can sleep at night. And you can sleep at night knowing your consumers are not going to hurt themselves. LED, I loved LED. I mean, that was getting popular at the time. You can't really overdo it. You just have to be in the right nanometers to be effective. So I was like, let's put some LED in it. So frequently asked question I get is it FDA approved? It is not, because Skin Buddy has only 6 bulbs. So I'll explain why it only has 6 bulbs. So when you have 6 bulbs, you don't have to have it FDA cleared, but when you have a panel, then that's when you need clearance. And then also FDA approved or cleared just means that it's safe. It doesn't mean that it works. So I'm sure you guys all know this. Okay, so when I had the consulting part of myself into the business, I wanted to create not only an effective product, but I really want my clients to make a lot of money. So everything about Skin Buddy is to make you a lot of money. So nothing in SkinBuddy is going to take away from any service or retail that you have. So that's why it has 6 bulbs. The 6 bulbs are going to help maintain. If anybody here has a light panel, it's going to complement the light panel services that you have. But they're going to get little doses of light every day versus getting a panel at home. Also, SkinBuddy does not have infrared. So if you have people that are heat sensitive, you don't have to worry about that with SkinBuddy. The only setting that has heat is going to be number 1. And so if you have anybody that has melasma or heat sensitive, they can just move a little faster with setting 1 and they won't feel it at all. I'm sure I'm going to go over the slide again because I'm just rambling. Okay, so again, so SkinBuddy kind of represents me as a person, I think. So I'm a little ADD. I don't like to read instructions. I just don't like to read. If I buy a table from IKEA, I'm just going to try to jam those feet in there and figure it out. So I wanted one button on a SkinBuddy. Let me grab my SkinBuddy. So I just wanted one button because I've seen so many gadgets with like high, low, medium. At the end of the day, I always try to think as a consumer, right? So I'm your ADD consumer that doesn't want to read, that calls you, and that's annoying. Be like, what do I do? And you're like, it's in the freaking manual, but I don't know why we have a manual. So it's one button, it's just 6 settings, clicks, and it's ready to go for them. So they don't have to worry about medium, low, or high. Easy to sanitize. So this is perfect. When you sanitize it, you can actually share it with people in the household. So we have a lot of moms and daughters that share it. It's actually great to promote that because what we've noticed is people don't like to share it. So if you sell it to share, you'll almost always get another sale because they don't want to share it anymore. So it has a 5-minute timer. This is a 3rd generation SkinBuddy. So I love getting everybody's feedback, and then with every batch that we create, we add new settings or features to it. So really, I thought, this was actually me. I was on the couch. I was watching 90 Day Fiance at the time, and I just don't want to look at my watch. So I was like, I'm going to put a timer on it because it just gauges your facial treatment, and also for the consumer, they don't have to think about it. They can just really do SkinBuddy in bed or on the couch, and it takes that part out of it. It's cordless, so it's a USB connector here. It's going to give you about an hour of use. So if you're thinking, oh, why isn't it longer? It's running 4 technologies all at once. I've looked at all the batteries possible with our engineer, and it's just really hard with all the technologies in this little guy. So 60 minutes of use, just plug it in after every treatment. Because I know when it starts beeping on me and it goes off during my treatment, I'm a little sad. So key treatment benefits, it's an all-in-one device. It's going to help you cleanse, gently exfoliate, soften dirt under the skin. So if you're doing extractions, it's going to help with that. Calm skin, the LED is going to help you calm, brighten. It's going to help improve appearance of wrinkles, acne. If you have a face, you should get a SkinBuddy. That's what I like to say. Anybody have any questions? I'm watching this question box too, Wendy. So
okay, thanks. I don't see anything right just yet, but I'm sure they'll come up.
Got it. Also promotes natural oxygenation to the cells, right? So you have your oxygen machines. It's going to promote natural oxygen from the inside out. The healthier your skin is, so the better product penetration you're going to have, absorption, and it's really like exercise to the skin cells. So with ultrasonic vibration, think of a little massage every night to your skin. It's going to help you lift, plump, tighten. We all get those crazy messages from Facebook. If you have Facebook, like memories come up and they're like, 7 years ago, you were doing something stupid. So I can actually say that my face looks tighter and more lifted than 7 years ago. But I also did lose more weight, so that has something to do with it too. But I'm also constantly, using vibration on my skin to help lift. And it's also lymphatic drainage. If you're doing some lymphatic drainage techniques too, that's going to help you sculpt your face as well. Okay. All right, so we talked about the 6 settings. SkinBuddy has 6 settings. So it's just, you're gonna click it 6 times to get to your setting. So number 1 is the only setting that has the heat setting, and that is to help emulsify the dirt and just soften up everything so you can have easier extractions and also have the dirt come out of your skin easier. So, and then you have settings 2 to 6 are all product infusion. It's compatible with all skincare. It's just gonna have different lights. So set number 2 is gonna have the blue light, and that's for acne care. Calming and brightening has the green light, and that's number 3. So number 4 was actually requested by our clients because they wanted a red infusion. So we added the red setting. That was a few years ago, 3 years ago, we added the red infusion. And then disco mode is number 5, and that cycles through all the colors. So if somebody's rushing, or you have a teenager that doesn't want to like comply, have them do the disco mode, that we call it disco mode now. And that cycles through all colors. And then the last one is light free, number 6. And that's for people that don't want to have light exposure before bed, so they can do light free with just product infusion. I'm really trying to not be on my phone 10 minutes before I sleep. That's all I can do. Can't do more. Okay. Contraindication is going to be the same as ultrasound or scrubbers that you have. It just really, this is all for liability. I'll tell you, SkinBuddy has a really low output. I'm really never nervous to go to sleep. So this is all liability. This is America, where we get sued for everything. So just to cover your butts and our butts, we have to put this down. So broken skin, immune disorders, pregnancy. But we have a lot of people that still want to use it anyway. So again, have them sign a consent form or just clear it with their doctor. That's always my answer. So we have had a bunch of pregnant girls use it while they're breastfeeding. They just clear it with their OB and they're fine. So I know if I'm pregnant, I'm definitely, baby's gonna have to take it because I need SkinBuddy. Frequently asked questions, do we have any clinical studies on SkinBuddy? We do not. They're just proven technologies. They've been used for so many years. We really just have to make sure that we are operating in the proper output and nanometers to be effective. I've been selling SkinBuddy since 2016. Anecdotal evidence and testimonials from our clients is that everybody sees the difference. It's also really hard to create a study because everyone uses different skincare. So unless we had our own serum, then that's something I can actually control. But with everybody using their products, it's definitely making a difference. And anybody here new to SkinBuddy, or I'm curious? Okay.
We'll see. They can put it, you guys can put that in the questions if you're new. That'd be great. And we do have a couple questions. Do you want to take them now, or do you want to?
Yeah, let me see. Let me see where they are.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I, where the questions are?
I can read them out to you if you want. That would be easier. Okay. Danya would like to know if she can use the tool while using steam on her face.
Yeah, it'll actually make it glide even better. If you use the setting number 1 plus the steam, that's going to help emulsify everything. But I'll tell you that some estheticians don't want to use steam. This is actually a great replacement for that too. So, Jasmine,
okay, great.
SkinBuddy. All right, go ahead.
Jasmine, who is also, she did also say she's new as well. After a facial peel, is it safe to use right after and daily?
Okay, so after a peel, just depending on the peel, right? So it depends how sensitive the skin is. So if you're just doing like just a mild peel, you can actually use the green light right after. If you have serums that you want them to use after for recovery, I would use a SkinBuddy with the green light, and that's okay. But really, it's just about when you put the SkinBuddy on your skin, you'll know if you're sensitive because it does have a tiny bit of electrical current. So if your skin is raw, it's going to be a little sensitive. I would wait a few days. But when your skin starts peeling, it's a great way to mildly exfoliate your skin so you don't aggravate the skin barrier. So definitely a great way to gently exfoliate.
Okay, awesome. Good to know. Jaimeen, and I hope I said your name correctly, would like to know if she can use the My Skin Buddy over red or inflamed acne.
So I'm so acne prone. So I'm actually trying to figure out if the electrical current will work like a high frequency. It's going to be a little sensitive, but you can actually put the Skin Buddy around it, or you can just have the light touch it. But really just ask your clients. I mean, the contraindications say don't put it on broken skin, but if they're going to take it home, I would say have them go over it, just because it will help calm the skin. But for in office, you know, case by case, see how inflamed it is or how broken the skin is.
Okay, fantastic. And we do have quite a few that are new to My Skin Buddy, so that was a good question. Thanks everyone for answering. And I think we're caught up with that. Thanks, Gada, for taking that break.
You're welcome. Yeah, just interrupt me, anything you guys want. Okay, so ultrasonic vibration. So again, everything about Skin Buddy was created, everything was in mind. It was like, okay, I don't want to take away from any service. I know how it is. Like, I see reps going from company to company and they sold you something, and then they'll come back and say, I'm working for somebody else, throw that one away, I have something better. And I don't like that feeling. I feel like, no, like, let's work with what you have, right? So Skin Buddy is kind of like an ultrasonic scrubber at home, but it's not going to be as strong. So this slide actually shows you where it falls in comparison with the strength of everything. So Skin Buddy is at 14,000 hertz. It does have the capacity to go to 3 megahertz, but honestly, I tried it and it jolted my face. And again, I want to sleep at night knowing that it's not gonna jolt the customer at home. So I feel like with 3 megahertz, that should be done at the office. And I'm also big on that. I feel like certain treatments should only be administered by estheticians. So I don't like to sell things that are going to take away. Ultrasonic scrubbers, that operates at 20 to 30,000 hertz. You're going to have the high frequency, the galvanics at 100,000 plus. Then you have the ultrasound at 3 megahertz, and that is, again, I prefer that to be in the office for product infusion and lifting. And then you have the medical ultrasound, which is like the ultherapy, and that is straight up like irons and jolts to your skin. So definitely have a doctor if you're going to use that one. You know, I've worked with medical devices before. The reason you really need a doctor on board is because, especially with radio frequency 2, I don't know if you guys have seen the new microneedle RF 2. You really want to have a doctor on board because there are a lot of risk factors. I've watched a lot of infections happen. So you want a doctor on board just to prescribe that steroid or antibiotic right away when that happens. And avoid lawsuits. Okay, so ions work like magnets. So that's going to be in your ultrasonic scrubber too. Really what it's going to do is the positive charges are going to attract to the oil in your pores, and it's going to help pull the dirt out. Also, you want to have good exfoliation. The better your skin's exfoliated, not too aggressive, but that's going to help pull everything out and not get trapped. And then the negative is going to work to push product in. It's going to work with water-based serums. You can also just mist some water if you have a moisturizer on, and that's going to help penetrate the product. And what else was I going to say about that? So yeah, so it's going to pull dirt out and push product into the skin. And then you also have ultrasonic vibration. That's also going to help push anything that's not water-based. LED therapy discovered by NASA. I actually watched the whole thing on LED, and it was actually, I think the ancient Egyptians had the theory of heliotherapy and how the rays from the sun actually help heal the skin. And red light therapy. Wendy, I'm going to send you this cool video I watched about red light therapy. Red light therapy is shown to promote fibrogen, oh my God, what's going on with me? Collagen fibroblasts in the skin, but it's also great for acne too. It helps with controlling the oil production. But the cool study that I saw was that they actually did a study where they had a red panel on this side of the face. And it was a way to communicate, the mitochondria would communicate with other cells in the skin. And what they found was this side actually got better too, because the cells started communicating. So light therapy is a great way to stimulate collagen without disrupting the skin barrier. So again, I love the less is more approach to my skin. I'm very acne prone. Of course, when it comes down to scarring and, you know, if you have people with other texture issues, you can go a little aggressive with certain peels and microneedling. But with red light therapy, it's actually been shown to stimulate just as much collagen without the wound healing. So red light therapy is great for that. Blue light therapy has been shown that this works more on the surface to kill the P. acne bacteria. So it's not going to go as deep as the red. But this is going to help definitely stop the spreading of the bacteria. So if you have your acne clients, have them use the blue light. Again, this is going to help treat it. But again, if they're having internal issues, it's not going to stop that from coming up. Studies show 8-week. Study shows as good as benzoyl peroxide. But I'll tell you, with all our clients, they notice a difference with their clients within the first week. So again, it depends on the quality of skincare that they're using. Their regimen. But what's cool is we're actually finding that the kids are really compliant with it. And we've had a lot of people say it's like their little iPhone. So maybe it's like something that they connect with because it's a new gadget and it looks modern. Green light therapy. This goes deeper than the blue. This is going to calm inflammation, redness in the skin. This is great to use after peels. You know what, if you're acne prone and you're getting red inflamed skin, use the green. My protocol at night is I do a double cleanse with the red. I'm telling you, I'm super acne prone. I'm 40 and I still break out, but I know how to control it. So I'll do 5-minute blue, 5-minute green. And then if it's kind of calming for me. So if I have a little vanity moment, I'll do another 5-minute red. Also helps even your skin tone. So really depending on the product that you're using, you'll notice immediate brightening from one treatment with SkinBuddy. Something I always suggest to all my clients is do one side of the face and then show them the mirror. Have them sit up and look at their skin. They'll look lifted and more bright. This is a great way to show them that it's working, because if you do the full face, they're not going to remember what they looked like, and they're like, I look the same. So this is actually something I used to do when I used to sell medical devices. I would go in and I would treat one side of the face, and then I would sell them a series. So this was my gift to my clients when they purchased a medical device. I mean, they're putting so much money in, I would offer them me to be a slave for one whole day. So they would book me their top clients from 9 in the morning till 6 at night. And I would just do 30-minute treatments, and I would sell a series of RF or microneedling, wherever it was. And I averaged about 20 to 30,000 in an event. So just something, if you guys want to think of like doing an open house, just your top clients. It doesn't have any disposables. So that's another thing I love about SkinBuddy, is that it's not like I'm reeling you in to keep buying disposables. You have a happiness guarantee, lifetime warranty with SkinBuddy. So anything happens, you also will replace it for you. Thermal heat therapy, again, this was inspired by radio frequency. Radio frequency is an electrical current that travels into the dermal layers, stimulates a collagen fibroblast. But again, like I said earlier, if the practitioner or person administering the RF goes above a certain point of heat, you're going to shrink the fat cells and you're going to collapse the face over 6 months. So it might look good for the first 24 hours, but eventually it's going to collapse. So really, it's I love it on the body. I would sleep knowing that I did it on the body because you can shrink fat cells. But on the face, you really want to be careful and make sure that you are in the right temperature. So SkinBuddy will get you to the same temperature, which is 104 degrees to 113, except we use surface heat and red light therapy. And that will not shrink the fat. That's just going to help you plump your skin, stimulate collagen, and over time, it's going to be the same results. It's just going to take longer. Now, if anybody knows anything about radiofrequency treatments, one treatment that's 30 minutes costs $300. So SkinBuddy retail is $349, and you're getting an RF treatment with just one purchase. And with RF, you have to get 6 to 8 sessions for RF, and then you have to maintain it every 6 months. So it's really expensive. So less is more with SkinBuddy, but if you do have RF, then this is a great at-home maintenance until their next treatment. Okay. So really, again, I designed SkinBuddy to complement everything in your treatment room, help you sell your retail. Let's see, let me look, I have to move things around here. So really, if you have a light panel, it's going to complement that. If you're doing microneedling, you want to wait 24 hours. But actually, you can use a green light right after. It just depends how raw the skin is, how deep you went with the microneedling, microcurrent. As you can see here, you have the MyoLift. They're using the SkinBuddy infusion with the microcurrent. If you're doing IPLs and you have anybody that has any scuffing going on, any scabbing, about a week later, you can help gently exfoliate the skin so you don't cause any more trauma. Peels, waxing after waxing. If you're just doing an eyebrow wax or lip wax, take a little bit of gel and do the SkinBuddy over the area, and that's going to help calm any redness. If you have people that have ingrown hairs in their bikini area, if they have dark underarms, that's going to also help brighten that skin and also gently exfoliate so they don't get as many ingrown hairs. Enzymes, if you have any enzymes that you're using, use setting number 1, and that's going to even boost your extractions. So I don't know if anyone's tried that yet. Wendy, have you tried anything, or Trini, has she tried any enzymes that you guys like with the SkinBuddy?
Trini's.
I like the coconut papaya.
Can you hear her? The SkinScript coconut papaya enzyme, she likes a lot with that.
I'm gonna have to try that one. I haven't tried that one. Okay, so put your enzymes on, do the setting for 5 minutes, do a little massage, and then do your extractions, and notice how smooth everything comes out. Botox and fillers. Botox, you want to wait 24 hours. Fillers, you can work around the fillers, but just precaution. It's not going to do anything to the fillers, but it's such an expensive treatment. So if you have someone that just had fillers done, I would wait 4 to 6 weeks, just because you don't want them blaming you that you ruined their fillers. So it's not going to do anything, but if they're adamant about using SkinBuddy, have them sign a consent and just tell them use it around the fillers in their jawline and neck area too. Body treatments, we have a lot of people that use it for back facials, vajacials, and wherever there's skin, you can do it. Hand treatments, if you have someone laying there and they have a mask on, give them a free hand treatment too, or wait till after and give them a hand treatment so they can see the difference. Let's see. So really, you can incorporate SkinBuddy in every step of the facial. So we get questions of how much should I charge if I want to add SkinBuddy? Zero. Do not charge for SkinBuddy. Use SkinBuddy in every single facial. I don't care if it's like 30 seconds to a minute, but it feels really good. It's relaxing, and they're going to ask you what is on my face. So this is a way for you to sell it for home use. So it's a great way as, you know, spark conversation, tell them why it's good for them, and really it'll help boost the results at home. You know, you get facials and your clients glow. This will maintain their glow until their next treatment. So it's not like a week later, their glow is gonna disappear. So this is a great way to keep them excited. And I've had a lot of, you know, estheticians when I started, they're like, well, why do they need me if they have a SkinBuddy? And for me, I always put myself in the consumer's shoes. I always feel like if somebody makes me look good, I can't wait to see what else they have. I'm like, damn, they sold me something awesome. What else does she have? So for me, I'm more trusting of you, and I can't wait to see what other stuff you're selling me because I'm ready. So you're going to use it to pre-cleanse, cleanse, use it after your extractions the blue light will help. And then you can use it with your high frequency, use it with your scrubbers. You're going to use microderm, you're going to use your hydrofacials. It really fits into the protocol perfectly. And then you can also end your facial with a massage with SkinBuddy too, with a lot of people that use too. So another thing, I was asking some of my clients to do a test for me, to do one side gua sha and one side SkinBuddy. So just the vibration, you're getting mini massages on the skin, but do the same pressure. So if you guys have a gua sha and SkinBuddy, I would love for you to try it tonight and just do the two-side difference and see what you come up with. Just make sure you do the same pressure so you know it's even. Let's see, what else do we have? Again, this is going to help emulsify the debris. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, well, how do I keep the glide and slip? Some of you might use certain products that might feel tacky on the skin. So here's a few options. I wouldn't add extra product to the skin because I don't want you to waste your product. You can do a spritz of a toner, a hydrating toner to keep it gliding. Something that I do at night is I actually layer all my products on. I clean the bomb of a mess I created in the bathroom. So I'll let it sit for like 1 to 2 minutes till it absorbs a little bit. And then I'll go sit on the couch and I'll do my 10, 15 minute light therapy and infusion. So that's another way you can do that. So, and then you can add a little moisturizer to your serum too if it's tacky, and that'll help with the glide as well. Okay. All right, so a lot of people don't use this feature, and it is the best way to demo how much of a difference that it can collect dead skin. I don't know how I didn't try this before, but I only did this about a few months ago where I took a cotton round and I did one side manual, and then I took the cotton round, and then I guess I'm just so used to using SkinBuddy. I didn't even think that you'd do it manually. So then I did the other side with the SkinBuddy. So you really want to get a cotton round and you snap it on. You have a plastic cover that comes with it. I just doubled up on mine. So it looks like this, and you can add your toner. This is a great way to, I'm trying to help you sell your toners too, or any product or mist. So then you're gonna put that on, and then I couldn't believe the difference from two sides. So this is a great demo to do. You're not wasting any product, just a tiny spritz, one cotton round. You can even do their chest and their arms, because not many people exfoliate a lot here. But this is a great way to show them like, hey, this is gonna help you get that extra dirt out of your skin. And let's see. Now, if you get a cotton round that is too thick, you can just wet it before you put it on the SkinBuddy. And if it's too thin, the cap won't stay on, so just double up on your cotton round. All right. So post extractions, like I said, you can use it post extractions. And that way you can talk about it too. Just say, hey, I really want you to take this home and do your skin for about 5 minutes every night, and then follow with the green light. I know a bunch of you probably have the globes too. So if your client doesn't have the globes at home, you want them to do a little ice treatment, they can actually get an ice pack, put the SkinBuddy on the ice pack, and then they can do the treatment too. For acne clients, again, it's so easy to sanitize. I just get them alcohol wipes, have them wipe it at home. That way, you know, with the brushes, it was, I mean, even my makeup brushes, I have 3 sets of makeup brushes. Like, I will not reuse another one. So it's just really about, and most teenagers don't wash their brushes maybe like a week later, unless they're really good, or they have a mom like you. Okay. Again, we talked about the enzymes, the masks, just helps you give you that boost of product penetration. Most products have delivery systems anyway. If you're having quality skincare, they all have delivery systems that penetrate. Now, if you ever get the pilling with a product, it has nothing to do with the Skin Buddy. It has something to do with the formulation of the product. It probably has silicone in it, and it's not formulated to penetrate. So if it pills, it's really not penetrating the skin. So just pay attention to that. Again, you can use 2 Skin Buddies at once to nourish at the end of the facial. Really, you can create your own protocol. Go to My Skin Buddy and just follow all the estheticians, see what they're doing, how they combine it with certain treatments, and then really do your treatments on Instagram Live if you can, if you're into that. Here are just a couple slides to show you for acne. You want to use the red and blue. That's been proven. And then might as well add the green to help calm the redness if they have any inflammation with any breakouts. And then you have for the treatment anti-aging, you're going to use the red and the green. Now, people with melasma, I've heard so many people talk about red aggravating their melasma, but really the studies don't show that. The studies show blue light can aggravate melasma, but not with the strength of the Skin Buddy. Skin Buddy only has 6 bulbs, but really if you have melasma, very rare you can have breakouts in it. So really they're going to use the red and the green. Red's been shown to actually reduce and even the skin tone more. Heat will trigger melasma or rosacea. So again, that's only in setting 1. Let's see. And brightening, you're going to use the red and the green. Anybody have any questions?
We do have questions here for you.
Go for it.
All righty. I think you'd answer this, but I just want to make sure she hears it. Jaimeen wants to know if you use the Skin Buddy before or after extractions.
So I do it before and after, because what you want to do is you want to prep the skin, because you want to use the Skin Buddy with the heat setting to actually help emulsify. So if you're going to use the enzymes and the Skin Buddy before you do extractions, then you're going to have a better experience with getting things out. So you really want to prep the skin, and then you're going to use Skin Buddy after with the blue light and the green.
Okay, awesome. Viviana would like to know what setting should she put it on to help with ingrowns and lightening?
So with ingrowns, I would do the heat setting because you really want to help exfoliate. So I'm not sure what products you're selling for ingrowns, but really if they do a cleanser and they just do a little Skin Buddy around it, it's going to help exfoliate dead skin cells, but it's also going to help hydrate the skin so the hair comes out better. I'm so prone to ingrown hairs, so it's really, you want to use the proper product and then just a moisturizer, and then they could use, so I do red cleanse and then green for brightening. If they have any breakouts, any whiteheads, they can use the blue light too. But I'll tell you, I also break out from dermaplaning, but I've got it down to, I don't break out anymore because I use the green and the blue light right away. So I make sure I control the oil and exfoliate gently. So that's the key. I mean, I'm Middle Eastern and hairy, so I have to deal with it. So it's life. So I feel like maybe that was the reason. I had to understand everything about skin and like every annoying thing I have. That's really me. Oh, sorry, Wendy. Should I do any more?
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, there are more questions. All right, so we just want to share John Robertson. I love it when people share. He says he uses his for the first cleanse with an oil cleanse, and then he uses it to infuse his masks with the nano fusion.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, because the oils attract oil too. So if you're doing an oil cleanse, just take the makeup off, do the oil cleanse. That's going to help like get more gunk out of the pores too. So and then the oil cleanse is great if you're going to sell one for the clients for home use, because then they could sit on the couch and do it and they don't have to worry about spritzing and making sure the gel cleanser still, because the heat will dry up certain cleansers too.
Right. Okay. Good question from Christina. Is this device sold on Amazon or other retail outlets?
No, I turn everybody down, and I know that. So I have a lot of peers in the consumer world, you know. So we've had Shark Tank approach us, we had Amazon, and honestly, just being in, I know I'm done, but my vision is really long term. So my vision is that I've been in the industry for 20 years. I've watched estheticians help brands grow, and then they sell out and they go on Amazon, they discount. So if you guys don't know, we don't allow discounting. So our clients police each other. So if you're discounting, we give you a cute warning before we terminate you, but I'll tell you, everyone's been freaking awesome and a team player. Everybody understands, like, we all can grow together. And I tell my clients, if you want to undercut everybody, I'm going to undercut you. Do you want me to undercut you? They're like, no. I was like, exactly. Let's play nice. So I tell everybody, it's not about the price. Give value with SkinBuddy. So whether you're going to give a bundle deal, let's talk about the margin too, right, Wendy? Like, they're making 174 bucks with every sale, right? So the reason I created this margin, we don't do any minimums either. So, and we only work with awesome people. So if I didn't like Wendy, we would not be here. So I feel like my life, I just want nice people around. I really love nice people, and I don't care about money, and I can't take it with me. As long as I have a bed and my puppies have kibbles, I don't care. So really, I think long term, I want to grow with you guys. You guys have been loyal to me. Like, I can't do it. So I see the dollar, everybody shows me that big dollar, and I'm like, I just can't do it. And I hope that it comes back around one day. Maybe I'm not, but we don't do that. We're not on Amazon. You will see some knockoffs on there, but they don't have the happiness guarantee, the lifetime warranty. You don't come with support. Again, you have that $174 margin. And the reason I did that is because take 50 of that and put that toward a free kit that they're going to get addicted to. Because my concept was, I want them hooked on your skincare every month. So lose a little, win a lot. And that's my philosophy with business. We give a lot away, but most businesses go out of business in 2 years. We've been around for 5+ now. And, I'm not saying we're going to make it forever, but I will try. And everything I come out with is never going to conflict with whatever's on your shelf. Everything is to help you sell stuff.
I think that's great. And it's one of the reasons why we like to do business with you. The integrity is there. And we have had people that, use that happiness guarantee, and it does work, and people know that, and they know that they're going to be taken care of, and it shows in what you do. So.
And I think with the consumers knowing that there's a happiness guarantee, they don't feel that pressure of being locked in, right? So I think it takes that edge off people. It's like, look, we stand behind it, and usually it's again, we sell on our website too. We never discount, but I don't want those clients. I don't want that impulse fire. Just so you guys know, if you go in the consumer world, the return rate is 40%, and I don't want to deal with that monster yet. I'm not there. So I don't want to deal with the impulse buyers. We try to push everybody to a spa near them, because I know that they're going to get taken care of, they're going to get educated, and they're going to take home quality skincare. So when I'm using Sephora products or Amazon products with SkinBuddy, they're not going to see a difference like if they go to a spa.
Right, exactly. All right, do you have that last slide that you can pop up, or did it? If you don't, that's okay. I can talk to it.
Weird. I don't know where it went.
I know. We're having weird. It's okay. Don't worry. We're having weird screen sharing problems. It's fine. So somebody asked if this webinar is being recorded, anyone that signed up will get a recorded link at the end, and then also our website at Alexander's Aesthetics. If you just click on classes, it shows all of our previous webinars as well, so you can just view those as well, but you will be getting a recorded version of this in your email. A lot of people are saying thank you so much for having such high integrity, and we love your philosophy and all that stuff. Danny wanted to know how she can buy a My Skin Buddy. Danny, you're in California, in San Francisco, so you would contact the California Alexander's Aesthetics office. We carry My Skin Buddy here, so you can purchase them through us. And so I'm sure you probably already have an account online, or you can just call the office number. And then there was one last question, Gada. Can this be used with any skincare line?
Yes, so that was a concept of creating Skin Buddies. So I never came out with a skincare line because, you know, it's a cult following. I understand the estheticians. I understand how much you love certain things. And for me, I felt like, I'm not going to come in here and compete. I was like, let me help you sell it on the shelf. So everything is compatible. Your serums, your toners, your moisturizers. If you have anything, I mean, sunscreen, no, because that's not supposed to penetrate. So, but it will go with any line. So really play around with your bundles, create your bundles. Now holidays are coming up, create that package, make yourself valuable with the Skin Buddy, because we're not in the days of territories anymore. It's a free fall on the internet. So you have access to every state. So I would suggest figure out how to make your Skin Buddy sale stand out, whether you're getting a free bundle of 30-day supply, you're getting a free Zoom 30-minute consult with your Skin Buddy. So start thinking that way. And also, you guys, we are discontinuing the black one. So we have less than 200 now. So just an idea. So I don't know if anybody's up to date with the Kanye West shoes, the Yeezys. But people actually, I was here in Philly, and they had a line around the building to buy the new ugly Yeezy, which was a yellow bubble, and they buy it for $300, and then it goes on eBay for like up to $7,000.
Yeah.
So, and you're only allowed to buy one, and you can only buy your size if you stand in line. So I was like, wow, good for him for creating this monster. Anyway, so when we're down to no Skin Buddy blacks, just an idea, you're going to be the only one with Skin Buddy black, and you can actually, not 7,000, but maybe you can get away with a few hundred more. Just an idea. I mean, I could buy it myself and do it, but I'm nice. I'm trying to help you guys. So
thank you. All right, well, I think that is all the questions we have, and we're right at the top of the hour. So Gada, thank you again. We really appreciate your time, and thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your week. There's going to be a quick survey that pops up. We're trying to do a lot of webinars. We're kind of still in the virtual world of education, so you can take a few minutes just to answer those questions. That would be really awesome for us. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to the California office or the Colorado office of Alexander's Aesthetics, and we are here to support you and help you grow your business. So thank you again, everybody. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
you.
Bye.
Bye.